What do these have to do with airbrushing? Stay tuned. So I've been working on part 2 of my Airbrushing with Candy 2.0 video series, which you obviously get a sneak peek of here, and I used a couple of unconventional methods to add just a hint of texture on this panel. I got to thinking that why not start a cheap tricks episode series so that I can go into a little bit more detail and show you guys what I'm doing. There's a number of different ways that you can add texture to your artwork. One of the fastest and easiest ways is either using a freehand shield or a stencil. If you guys watch any of my other videos, you'll see that I use freehand shields all the time in my artwork. It's a great tool for airbrushing. But I also understand that not everybody has the same budget. Not everybody can go out and just buy or order whatever freehand shield they want. So in this video, I'll show you a couple unconventional things you can use to develop texture in your artwork. So here's where we're at and how I got here. I started with a black panel and I wanted to do something that wasn't going to take an enormous amount of time. So I decided to do a rendition of my own version of the Punisher skull, which is part of my logo, with a little bit of a festive twist since it's that time of the year. So I cut out a crude design on my plotter, laid that out, and then just based this with a little bit of white. For the texture, the first cheap trick is this stuff here. This is polyester fiber fill. It's usually used in quilts. And as you can see, if the camera will pick it up, it's somewhat translucent as it is. It's not very thick. You can get it thicker if you want to. It's not needed for this. The stuff tears super easily. And that's all I'm going to do is tear off a little square. And then you can actually pull it apart inside. Not sure if the camera's going to pick this up or not. But if you pull holes into it, the center of it, there's still a lot of fibers running through those little holes that you pull. That's what's going to give a texture effect once you spray paint through that. That's probably good. We'll give it a shot. So I've got some smoke black in my airbrush, and you'll just place the polyester fiber fill over the portion that you want the texture on and spray paint through it. Use your air to dry it. And you see the effect that it gives. You can move the polyester fiber fill around while you're spraying through it for a little bit more subtle effect. And that's really all there is to it. And this is one of those things, again, where less is more. You don't want to overdo it. And this is reusable. You don't have to throw this away. Once you spray paint on it, you can use it over and over and over again. I've got a small piece down here that I've used numerous times with different colors, so play with it, see what you think. And cheap trick number 2 are these. I call them dryer sheets. They're just the fabric softener sheets that you throw in the dryer with your laundry. So a lot of people already have these on hand in their house. The trick with these is you need to run them through the dryer before you try to paint with them, because here's a picture. On the right is one that's brand new out of the box, hasn't been run through the dryer. On the left, you see one that's been through the dryer. You can see the one on the right still has all the whatever fabric softener type chemicals they have on the sheet are there. Once it's run through the dryer, you can see on the left, it takes all that away and you have a lot more transparent sheet to work with. So I've got a dryer sheet here. Still have Wicked Smoke Detail Black in the airbrush. And it's the same principle. You just put the sheet over your artwork and spray through it. And it gives a different effect. We'll do some up here in the hat. It's a lot more condensed, but it's a cool little effect. And you can do the same thing with these as far as moving it while you're spraying through it. So that's just 2 easy ways to get some really neat texture detail without having to spend a lot of money. And that's about it for this panel. I used both the quilt batting and the dryer sheets to add texture in both the shadows and the highlights on this panel. And this is just scratching the surface of what you can do with this stuff, guys. The quilt batting is great for rendering clouds or just general backgrounds. And the dryer sheets, if you go with a different brand, you'll get a different pattern. So try different brands out there. So remember to like, subscribe, and share if you got something out of this. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you guys on the next one.